Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, I want to go over a bit of debates I've been getting in the comment section for my last few videos when it comes to my, influence when it comes to wealth. People will say that they're studying astrology and numerology, what I like to call astronumerics, the science that I've built, and they'll say that that they don't care about wealth. Like, you guys will be in my comments telling me, "Oh, yeah, you're talking about money. That has nothing to do with spirituality." Like, how does that have nothing to do with spirituality? Exactly. Like, I actually have to know that. I want you guys' comments for this one, actually, because the reason being is that the whole point to astrology and numerology is it's supposed to be a navigation system for our lives. It helps us in terms of health, business, education, interpersonal dynamics like family and domestic, friendships, overall luck, what colors to wear. All of these things, if you're dealing with your overall luck in what? In asset accumulation. So even before money, when you follow your numeric chart, when you follow your astro chart, it's helping you navigate, right? The only people that I can say I'll respect their opinion when they say, "Oh, you shouldn't be using this for wealth," is people that are super religious. If you're Christian, Muslim, what have you, and you say, "Oh, this stuff is for the devil," or it's from the demons, what have you, that's okay. I'm not going to argue with you on that. But for my subscribers that want to know particularly about wealth accumulation and self-actualization, understand one thing. I'm a life path 8. So my whole perspective on this channel is to make every subscriber the best version of themselves. And I don't mean that in a cliche way, like, you need to be the best version, say affirmations. I genuinely mean it as in, I want it to be to a point where you don't have to actually even watch my videos, because I'm not going to do this for very, very long, maybe another 2 years to get through the whole curriculum that I have navigated or an agenda for, and then I'm done. Like, I'm not a social media person. Without this, I wouldn't have social media. I'll just be off Instagram, off everything, and then I'll just do crypto and stocks and Forex, and I'm done. Because I'm a 7 as well. I'm a very private person. I don't care about social media. So understand this, guys. If you want to self-actualize and become the best version of yourself, you're going to have to, for one, have great health, optimize that, and optimize your finances to then live the life you want, to have freedom, and then you can explore the spirituality even more and in-depthly because you have the freedom of time to do so. This video, what I want to go over is how exactly do you accumulate wealth with astrology and numerology in 2025. Here's how. First, you want to look at your Pythagorean numerology chart. That's step 1. Your Pythagorean numerology chart has a core chart to it. Your birth number, life path, expression number, soul number, and personality number. Through those numbers, if you want to know about career or what to do to make you some money, look at your life path number, birth number, and expression number. Your birth number is going to tell you about how you think. So then you can say, okay, for instance, I'm a 7, so I'm like, I need to do something analytic. Let me do crypto. Cool. Second number, life path, whatever life path you have. I'm an 8. I'm using myself as an example so you can relate to yourself. I'm an 8. So I'll go and say, well, I need to not be micromanaged, like life path 1s as well. I don't want to be micromanaged, so a corporate situation or a corporate structure won't work best for me. So let me go to independent or some sort of entrepreneurship. Cool. I'm an expression number 14/5. I have a karmic debt, so I have to be very consistent. Cool. I also can get paid for the spoken word or through speculative marketing as a 14/5. You have to look at the definitions. The expression number very particularly is what's going to teach you exactly how to accumulate wealth the right way. Because your expression number is your full name at birth, which is a navigation system to how to navigate your life path. The life path is the highway. The expression number is the vehicle that you're on that highway, and then that tells you how to get to your destination. Your birth number is like the type of tires you have. So it's your settings, how you move, how you think, right? So when you understand those 3 numbers specifically, you then can put them all together and say, what kind of career would facilitate these sort of game settings? It's like having game settings in your avatar. Where would I shine the most? Where would be my strengths? Where are my weaknesses? How do I obliterate my weaknesses and actualize my strengths more? You got to figure out what career that's going to be. For some people, it's going to be spoken word. Some people athleticism if they're like an 11 or a 5. Some people acting, social media if they're a 3 or a 6. Some people politics if they're a 9 or an 8. It all depends. And then it depends on, like I said, how the 3 numbers correlate. I'm teaching this so you guys don't have to get a reading from me. I'm literally teaching you how to do your own career report. If you follow this video, Do not holler at me for like any career report. You should be able to do it based off what I'm telling you right now. Expression number, life path, birth number. I don't care about the people that are saying they don't care about accumulating wealth. Like, don't watch my videos then. I'm literally here for people that are saying, hey, I want to make the most out of myself. I want to find the right career. I want to follow my life path. I want to have good karma. And I want to help myself and my family and my loved ones. Cool. Beyond all that, they just want to help themselves. That's all I care about. If you want to help yourself and weaponize this information or utilize it in the right way, go ahead. The next part with numerology is you want to look at Chaldean numerology. I call it Chaldean. I'm always botching the word. It's Chaldean. Look at the Chaldean, so Chaldan. Use that, and then now look at the definition of your life path from the Chaldean perspective, your birth number from the Chaldean perspective. So you just go on the website, it's Chaldean numerology, put in your number, and it'll come up bare results. You don't need me. And then you want to go for your name. Here's where it's a bit different though. You can put your full name, which is effective. It's called the life theme number, they call it over there in the eastern side. But the main thing that Pythagorean, the Western numerology, left out was the name you go by the most. This has sound vibration. My name's Shem, everybody calls me Shem. So Shem is more powerful than Shemroy, right? It's a lot more powerful because it's what's being said. You guys in the comments, yo, Shem, stop talking about money. Joking. But like, this is what you guys will be saying, right? Shem, 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 Shem. I named it Shem's universe, right? So you have to understand, there's, for some of us, if your name's like Sarah or Jennifer, maybe Jennifer will go by Jen, maybe Robert will go by Rob or Bob, or Richard will go by Dick, whatever. You have to figure out what exactly it is that you go by, and then put that in the Chaldean calculator, and then figure out what vibration that is. That is going to be the heaviest thing that you're going to learn when it comes to career, because it's going to teach you in the numerological space what you naturally attract through that name, and then also what you're sort of manifesting, what's easier for you. Like Shem is 17/8, so that means 1, independent, 7's another independent number, philosophical, very ideological, very just factual, smart. And then the 8. So I make smart money. I'm not trying to work and toil with my hands. I'm trying to make money digitally, sitting in one spot, what have you. I figured that out through my name number, why I decided to do things like crypto and then get into YouTube and so forth. So you have to look at that sort of thing to figure out, okay, you might be able to even do well in business, but what kind of business? If you're like a name number 22, for instance, you can do well in a partnership business better than me. I do well with independent businesses that I facilitate for myself. At 22, we'll do better with businesses that they do with one other person or a group of people. At 33, would be even better for a group, but 22, good for partnerships, right? So you have to know these things and start putting things together. 2 is a number of cooperation, so you know that you can cooperate with one other person and do very well. 33 is a group-oriented number, so you can do well with groups, and then that forms unison. 6, the family. So you got to look at these numbers, understand that you can understand even what kind of career you're in, and then how to go about that career. This is telling you all the pieces to the puzzle. It's not an accident that it's doing this. You're supposed to be following this so that you actually go towards your fatalistic destiny and you fulfill your role in this world that you're meant to do based off of your settings. Next part and the last part is just the astrology portion. The very direct answers for you, you have your sun, moon, and rising sign. Your sun sign's good for ego. It tells you about your general persona. When I looked at sun signs, I was like, cool, yeah, I'm a Gemini, makes sense, whatever, cool. But how much sense does that really make towards a career? I'm good at talking. That's more because of the expression number 5. Like, to be honest, there's Geminis that are not good at talking at all. And there's reasons for that. You have the moon sign, which is your emotional responses. And that's very good too. That usually resonates a lot with your life path. A little glitch for you guys in case you didn't know. Your moon sign will always resonate with your life path very in-depthly. And then you'll have the, like for me, moon sign Scorpio, life path 8, eighth sign, whatever. But you'll see similar traits even if the numbers aren't the same. Moving on, the most important one is your rising sign. Your rising or ascendant sign is the Eastern star when you're born. So it's telling you exactly how to rise in life. This is your attitude towards life, but here's also the puzzle of how to rise. So you have like Cancer rising. That means that you'll do very well in finance for one, banking. You'll do very well in anything to do with like healing people and in persuading people to do things. That's a glitch for you. If you're a Cancer rising, I just gave you a career. You can do medical, healing, or finance. You'll do extremely well. You also want to look at the house positions now, the governor of each house. People will be like, what if I have Mercury in the 5th? Like, who cares, bro? What you really want to know is this. The governor of each house. Is Virgo in your 2nd house? Is Libra in your 2nd house? Is Gemini in your 2nd house? Those all mean very different things. And when you understand what each sign means, your second house is the money house, lucky money. So what sign you see there is going to tell you a lot about what type of money you can make the easiest. Your sixth house, how you learn through material transactions. So it tells you about what status or what sort of attitude you should have towards money to get it. And it also tells you about your health, which is of course very important, because without health, you can't optimize anything. And lastly, your 10th house, your midheaven, will tell you about what the nature of your career will be. Will it be a high risk career like with Scorpio? Will it be analytical like if it's Virgo? Will it be aggressive like Aries if maybe you're supposed to be an athlete, or you're supposed to be somebody who's been on a takeover attitude in a corporate situation, very aggressive, very forefront. So you got to figure out the nature of what you're supposed to do. These things can sort of put the puzzle pieces together. You should already have general interests and understand like what you're naturally good at just as a person without all this stuff. But this stuff, just start putting it together like, oh, that's not an accident I'm good at talking, or it's not an accident that I'm good at playing basketball, or it's not an accident that people should always tell me I should speak in front of people. You have to start taking these things in and then putting them together. So to put this all together for you guys, look at your Pythagorean chart, your big three, life path, expression number, birth number. Look at your tropical astrology chart, rising sign, second house, sixth house, and 10th house. Those four will tell you about your career. Some people would argue the 8th. I'm not going to go over that in this video. It's not as important. And then in the Chaldean, the most important one you should know is the name that you go by. Will show you a lot of resonance with your career as well and what you attract. And if you want to even make things more advantageous for yourself, you can change the name you go by at any time. Tell people to start calling you XYZ, and then you can attract that energy to you. Once enough people are using that sound vibration and it's happening in your brain, you'll then start electromagnetically transmitting that reality into what you're currently going through. So I hope this does help, guys. If you have any questions for me whatsoever, just please leave in the comment section. If you disagree with the fact that you should be using this stuff to actually make money and make your own life better and your family life better, leave in the comment section for me too. I'd love to hear it. But aside from that, like, subscribe, holla at me. It's over today, guys. Peace.